Good morning, YouTube. It's been quite It's been quite some time now since I posted a video, and mostly that has to do with it. My life is getting back on track. New lady, new job, one where I'm appreciated, and we have a lot of different ethnicities at the workplace, and we all share the same view, the view of common sense, law and order. Last year in Sweden we had 286 bombings and explosions, where buildings, houses, cars, restaurants, nightclubs, apartments, building complexes blew up. The police say that some of the explosions or the bombings has the same technique as they have seen in the war in the Middle East and in Balkan. We also had 8,500 reported rapes. And having consideration now that only 1 out of 10 women report if they had been the victim of a sexual crime. The Swedish Minister of Law and Order and the government is also claiming that crimes are going down. But what I don't understand that is people is no longer reporting when they are the victim of a crime, because the police can't do shit. The chief of police are tying the police force hands behind their backs. So even if they are arresting really hardcore criminals, they are let loose on the Swedish streets. You can be a foreign rapist, being convicted several times, and still be able to walk on Swedish streets, even if you're not a Swedish citizen. You can have committed over 200 crimes and even killed people, and you're still allowed to be in Sweden and stay on Swedish streets. The election coming up both in the US and here in Sweden later on in the 2020s will be a decider of the Western world and Europe. You who has followed me here on YouTube since 2015 has also seen this shift of thoughts among the public, and that what we discussed back in 2015 is now on everybody's lips. Everybody is talking about increasing numbers of rape. Everybody is talking about increasing numbers of murders, stabbings, shootings, explosions. And everything is connected with the mass migration of people from Middle East and Eastern Europe, but mostly Middle East and Northern Africa. But still there is a problem within some worlds or some countries that if you claim this, you're still considered to be a racist, even if the facts are there. You have the numbers, you have the statistics, you have the facts. 2020 in Sweden continues in the same way. On average, 25 reported rapes a day. You have car bombings, cars being put on fires, you have shootings, you have stabbings. Sweden has become the shithole that Mr. President Donald Trump told several other countries that has had the same devastating development, or the reason why the other countries in Europe now look the same. And this has to do with culture, it has to do with inherited behavior, values, and sometimes even religion. I don't know what more needs to be done if they need to make real hard decisions to make people lose their position of power in the government. But people are getting tired and tired. Now the biggest party in Sweden is the Sweden Democrats, the party that everybody else is calling racist, fascist party. The real racist party, Nazi party, the Social Democrats, are now near 20%, the lowest they have ever been. And people are getting tired to be called racists and fascists and right-wing extremists just for speaking their mind and being concerned of the development in their countries. When even immigrants are being concerned about the development of countries, they are called racists. I see the same pattern among the Democrats in the US as I see here in Europe and in Sweden. That is, they do everything to stay in power. Power over everything. What Trump is doing in the US is that he's draining the swamp. No matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, he's taking you out of business if you are a con artist, a liar, a cheater, and if you are a traitor to your nation. It would be America first, as it should be Sweden first, among everything. If a country has homeless people, if a country has cancer patients dying in the healthcare system because there has no time, when you make immigrants pay $5 for dental care and you charge a senior citizen $500 for the same care, you create diversity, or you create hate and division. If you let immigrants go straight into the housing programs without waiting in line for free apartments, and you have Swedish citizens waiting up to 25 years for their own apartment, it creates hate. It creates diversity and division. If you let immigrants pay $5 when they go see a doctor, or if they go to dentists, or whatever they do, and you charge Swedish taxpayers between $500 and $1,500 or even more for the same care, people become racist, or they get pissed off. Social Democrats, or Democrats in total, should be banished from everything that has to do with politics. Left wings, everything for everybody except for the taxpayers and hard-working men and women, needs to be removed from office. So, I don't know what you see on the news, but Sweden is a shithole where people are no longer wanting to go outside during the nights, where women are afraid to go outside by themselves, and where kids are getting robbed on clothes, cell phones and other belongings during broad daylight. So, fuck you, Sweden. Fuck you, Stefan Löfven. And let's see how long this video stays up here on YouTube before they remove it. You left-wing fucks.